Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and here I am again, cleaning a carpet that I've been cleaning now for 13 years. It's the first time I saw this carpet, it was in horrible condition, a very blotchy, very dark, obvious traffic lanes. This lady she has a dog. She's always had a dog as long as I've been cleaning it. Sheltie dog, actually. And her previous dog, he died just over 2 years ago, and now she has a younger dog. She got a pup a couple of years ago now, so you might hear him barking now and then because he's a Sheltie. There he is. He's out there. She's on the other side of the hedge doing some yard work, and he doesn't like it. Anyway, the carpet, this is a nylon, and as I mentioned, about 13 years ago was the first time I cleaned it in 2007, and the carpet looks awful. It cleaned up really well when I finished, looked great, and she's never called anybody else in to clean the carpet since, so because she found the carpet stayed clean longer, it looked better, stayed clean longer, stains came out. Now this carpet will never look perfect because it is really very worn in the traffic lanes. The first doggy she had was just a real nervous, typical nervous kind of a Sheltie, just always on the move. Just the way they are, if you know anything about Shelties. And she told me when I got here, she was telling me about the difference with one dog over the other, and she was saying that the previous dog, he was really much more messy. And I guess he had just different manners or whatever, so. Anyway. Now what's interesting is, as you see I'm using my rotary machine. A few years ago, when I first got my Orbot, one of the things that I was intending to do was to switch over to using OP. I expected to do that because of all the everybody saying OP was better and everything. And this is one of the carpets where I was able to, and I did this quite a bit actually, where I cleaned a carpet that I've been regularly cleaning with my rotary, and I came in with my Orbot and cleaned this carpet. And I was very curious to see, would it clean better? Would it clean easier? Would it clean faster? What were going to be the differences? Would I notice any difference at all? And so I cleaned this carpet. And oh, by the way, just so you know, I do have this living room and a dining room over here to do, plus 2 bedrooms behind me, but I won't video that. This is the worst area. Anyway, but back to the machine. So I came in here with my Orbot, and I really wanted to see. I spent a lot of money on that Orbot, over $4,000, and I was fully expecting I was going to be switching from rotary to OP. And so, that was easy. Well, these are on, they have the round thing on the bottom. So I did expect that would happen, and so I was able to do quite a number of jobs that I had been doing with the rotary, and I was able to compare. And what I discovered was, and I'll just focus on this one. This is obviously a very plushy kind of a carpet, and the OP did not impress me at all. In fact, this is one carpet where I was quite sure that with the rotary I was able to get a better cleaning job. It looked better, and so this was one of the many carpets that I did with the OP that I had been doing regular with the rotary, and I found that the rotary did a better job. And I did a lot of carpets like that, and there wasn't a single job that I did with the OP that I thought, yeah, that worked better than the rotary. It just didn't happen. Now bear in mind, when I talk about using the rotary, I am assuming we're not. Let me reword that. When I'm using the rotary, I'm doing it the way that I'm doing right now, where I will use the fiber pad and then an absorbent pad. As far as performance goes, that cannot be beat. And in this case, I'm using the hog's hair pad. And at the time, I wasn't even using the hog's hair. I was using a white fiber pad. And I was still able to I felt, a much better appearance and a more rapid clean too. But with the hog's hair fiber pad, which is what I'm using now, that has improved that performance again over and above what the white fiber pad will do. And it's my preferred fiber pad in almost every case now. So I just thought that for those of you who are watching my videos and maybe you're wondering, should I go OP or should I go rotary? It's been my experience. What I've learned is that the rotary is a superior cleaning machine on residential carpets. And one of the reasons why I think that is because particularly on these longer pile carpets, the way that the rotary is able to scrub the fiber very continuously, like on the left side it's coming toward me, so the yarn is coming toward me. On the right side it's moving away, so it's pushing the yarn that way. But I'm getting a longer scrubbing action in one direction at a time. Of course, it's going that way at the front and that way at the back of the disc. And whereas with an OP, you're getting that constant jiggling, shaking motion, and the longer the yarn is, the less effective the OP will be, because rather than actually scrubbing the yarn, it'll just be moving it back and forth. And that's why I think that on a longer yarn, that the rotary actually will provide a superior clean. Now you can argue about that, pros and cons and all that, whatever. I'm just sharing what I have observed by experimenting with both systems. And again, I'm not just simply using like a microfiber or a cotton Ironman, comparing that, but rather you put a fiber pad under the rotary, and that's the game changer. Yeah, and then the Ironman or the microfiber pad or whatever you choose to do your second step with. Of course, that's the actual extraction. So right now, all I'm doing is scrubbing and applying and encapsulating with the fiber pad. And I don't know if you can see as well as I am able to see, but there were some stains here, and they're all coming out very easily. Bad stains right in here. They're all coming out without a problem. This is a real high traffic area out off of the kitchen floor, particularly this spot right here where she spends, I guess she sits there and eats, obviously. So, now this carpet again, as I mentioned earlier, is very worn. And it was like this when I first saw it. And primarily because of the little doggy, who was probably about a 30-pound dog. It must have been at least that, because she was saying that the doggy she has now is smaller than her previous dog. I don't quite remember how big he was, but she said he was bigger, and I would guess the one she's got now is about 30 pounds. So I guess maybe 35 pounds, maybe a bit more. And these dogs, they just tend to tear around. They get excited and just race around like crazy, and that her previous dog was like that. And of course their claws don't retract, and the pads of their feet are can get quite rough and are hard on carpet fiber as well. So anyway, that's that has been my experience, my observation, comparing the rotary machine with OP, and then there's the other advantages of the OP, of the rotary, which one of the main advantages, in my opinion, is the way it so easily maneuvers on the carpet and will go in every direction. So here's the one of the bedrooms I'm doing, and then there's the other one over there. So now we'll go over it with an Ironman. And I'll probably not add any solution at all. I think I've got plenty of cleaner on the carpet now, so I will be using, this is a dry Ironman. This is the extraction stage. And the only pre-spray that I did is what you saw me do with the trigger sprayer. I did a little bit more before I turned on the video, but virtually that was it. Get that wire behind me. Oh. Okay, I felt it bind right there. I'm going to have to add a bit. See, that's the thing, that when you're using the rotary, if you actually do end up being a little bit dry on the carpet, you'll feel it, the machine, you'll feel it tug. Yep, that's a Sheltie, all right. She said she's working on that with him. See, he doesn't like it when she uses tools, and then he starts biting her heels. They're such funny little dogs. Each of these doggies are so interesting because they're so, each one has its own personality. So actually, although you may not be able to see it as well in the camera, everything is cleaning up really well. He thinks it's a game. It's really cleaning up nicely. So let's move the chairs out. Yeah, that was easy. One time it was just really black right along that edge there. The previous dog, he was constantly running back and forth at this window, and was quite a challenge, but I was able to really make it look pretty good. So, but again, this carpet is very, very worn. I think it's close to 20 years old, this carpet. I'll try to remember to ask her when she comes back in, and I'll put it in the description. I had to. It was so black over here. I actually got down on my hands and knees and I pre-treated it and used a brush and then and a towel, and it came up really nice over there. But that was a couple of years ago now, I guess, or more. So it's done really, really well. This is where the feet are rubbing when people swivel around in these chairs. Again, it's just looking pretty darn good. And this is the really high traffic area. Again, looking really good. Yep. Just wanted to get the right side of the machine under there. It actually will go in a bit closer because the motor is offset a bit. That's why I did that, in case you're wondering. But there was some stains here, and they look like they're all gone. So, all's well. One time there was a really dark blotch right over here where the doggy used to sleep, the previous doggy, and I had to give that a little bit of extra attention, and that has turned out really well. It's gone. It never came back. Carpet actually always turns out really good. The color really comes back in this carpet. It's of a sort of a, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's actually more of a really pale yellow kind of a color, cream color. Okay, now I'm going to flip, take a look. So the pad actually isn't all that soiled, which is pretty typical when a carpet has been getting maintained on a regular basis by me. So rarely would there be a significant amount of soil on a pad. If I've been cleaning the carpet on a regular basis, it doesn't get that way. But I'm going to just go over the high traffic area here with the B side. And okay. Oh, she put the doggy into the car. It's a little trick. He can bark in there, but you can't hear him. So head back this way. Just a little extra pass with the Ironman. The carpet's actually almost dry right here. I actually felt it bind a little bit, so I knew that immediately because I felt the handles kind of torque in my hand, and I knew right away it's actually pretty much dry. And over here, it'll probably, I'll just feel it. Okay, definitely more, a little wetter here, which is typical because I applied a little bit more there. And this is again one of the reasons why using the shower feet is is a better way to go, because you're able to apply as you need and adjust your application for each area of the carpet. That's one reason anyway. So this is actually looking really good here. It's really evening out now. It's looking pretty darn good. It'll never look perfect because it is very worn. This is really nice. It's actually a very soft carpet. So let's move that over. Okay, looking good. So I'll flip this thing out of the way and give it a little walkies and work my way out the door. I don't need to go over to the left there, which I wouldn't have applied much there, and it's clean, and I'm actually feeling a little bit of binding right now. So I just added a little bit of solution just to make sure that the pad is a little bit damp. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this video. I'm done. So I'm going to stop the video, and then I'll do another video if I have enough on my camera here. I'll do another video of me post-vacuuming. And we'll do that as a separate video. But overall, the carpet is looking really good. And as usual, it turns out really nice. Again, it is worn, significantly worn in the traffic area. So I'm not getting a new carpet, but I'm getting a very clean, worn carpet. So, all right, I'll let you go, and hopefully I'll be able to record the post-vacuuming and post that right after this video. So have a good day.